Hey guys, we are here today to do a quick teardown of the ONEXPLAYER. So we're going to be taking a look at how to replace your NVMe as well as how to replace the CPU. We'll also be giving a look at the components inside and what we can find out about it. So there are several things that you need to pay attention to when you take apart the machine. So I'll be making sure to walk you through every step. So right now, there's going to be some screws that we have to remove. The first one here, very important, because when the hinge is closed, you don't really see it. So if you just remove all the screws and forget to remove this one, that may do some damage to your device. So this one, we just remove it, simple as that. There's going to be different size of screws. So there's going to be 3 different sizes. So I recommend you put them together. So I'm going to have one here, one here, one here. So this one is removed. We're going to move to the second category of screws, which are the bottom and the front. So we just unscrew them. So this one as well, for the power button and the fingerprint is not the same, so it's just going to be the same as this one. So you have those two that go together, so I just put them here, and then the remaining screws that you will find here, 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 they're all the same, so you can just, you know, put them together. They want to come out now. So we have the 3 together. For some reason, some of them never come out. Not that it matters so much, as long as you make sure that they are indeed unscrewed. So we removed the 2 on the front, the 2 on the bottom, the one behind the hinge, and all at the back plates. So you're just going to hold your machine like this, and you're going to want to be paying attention because there's a ribbon cable right here that connects to the power button as well as the SD card. So we're just going to use a clip, or you can also use just your nails, you'd be fine. And you're just going to want to go like this all the way, which should be enough to get it through. Okay, that's done. And then same here on the side, just, okay. Ah, we got 1 screw out of it. And also the same goes to this side. Just gotta make sure there's enough pressure. Okay. Yeah. And then it should come off nice and easy. It should, I said. Would that be because of the SD card? Yeah. Okay, so now we have removed the back cover, and you need to be paying attention to this ribbon cable as you remove the back cover. So that's the only thing I really recommend doing before you do anything else. So you just leave the machine like this, and then with your nail, just open it. Okay, so we're just going to be giving a look at the back cover. This magnet here, just keep getting out. Okay, so here is the back cover. As you can see here, that is actually quite good, because if you have to replace anything that is either the power button or the SD card, it's just a PCB that you can replace. So at least you don't have to send the whole motherboard for replacement. So that's quite good. So you have the power button right here, as you can see. And yeah, so here is the hinge as well. So a lot of people were afraid about the hinge, whether it would be replaceable or not. And that's something I can tell you guys, yeah, it will be easy to replace. So you can see here, you just have 2 screws to remove and the whole thing come off. So if the hinge with time gets a little bit tired, that's something you can just take care of. Anything else about the back cover? Not really. You have those shortcuts here, pretty simple. Now let's move to the beast. So here is the beast. So there are some things that you're going to want to be doing. First of all, you want to disconnect the battery just in case you do anything wrong. So just using the clip here, one side after the other, and that should come off nice and easy. Okay, and there you go. So we now have the battery disconnected, so we can move on further. So as you can see, there are some things that we're going to want to remove. So the first thing is you want to remove the isolating tape right here. In order to be able to access the screws of the fans, you indeed need to remove the fans. Okay. So now that you have removed this one, you have to remove this one as well. And we're gonna have to access the fans. So you have 3 screws to remove, 1, 2, 3, and that should be enough to access the fans. You know what, we're just going to tape this ribbon cable so it does not bother us. Okay. And you just have to lift up the fan here, and you're gonna want to pull it from one side just to remove the tape. And once that is done, you can see that the fan just comes off nice and easy. So you put it on the side to make sure you don't do any damage to it. And we want to be doing the same to the second one. So you also have 3 screws to remove, which are the same, so you don't need to bother. You can just put them together. So 1, 2, and the last one, 3. So my unit didn't come with this isolating tape that you see here on the fans. So I just took the liberty to do it as I get better thermals with it. So when it came to me, there was no tape at all here, and it was just like this. So there was a little bit of a gap in the middle. Now I can confirm whether or not the retail units will come with isolating tape, as this is a prototype. But I would expect one to do it, as the previous units I've received from them always had insulating tape in between the fins and the fans. So just have to remove this one as well. So same, just lift it up, twist it a little bit, holding the fins, and just comes nice and easy. So now what we see is a copper or aluminum backplate that is going to help dissipate a little bit of heat from the NVMe. So that's like a, yeah, kind of a heat sink for the NVMe that is right here. And I also took the liberty to add a thermal pad right in the middle. And I'm going to see as well with you guys right now if I use the right thickness. So why is because we have those 4 screws right here on the heatsink that we're going to give a quick look in a short moment. And I like to have a little bit of the pressure in the middle, right in the middle of my heatsink, to make sure that we have this flat heatsink against the CPU die. So that's just me now. I have not made any tests to make sure, to check if this was affecting anything, but that cannot hurt the machine, right? So we're just going to remove the screws from the plate. And actually, those are all the same. So as long as you keep them together, you're good. And you can just remove the aluminum plate. That should come okay. We just lost the screw. Damn it. So the screw should be, yeah, right here. Okay. So as you can see, if you look here at the plate, we have already quite a lot of thermal plates put in place. So that's not something you should worry about. So we have here one thermal plate that is going to cover the NVMe in order to help dissipating the heat. And if we look at the placement, we also have like here, two thermal plates that is going to help dissipate the heat of the VRMs. So you can see here and here. So yeah, we could probably try changing those thermal pads to see if that improve a little bit the heat transfer. Not sure it would though. Here is the thermal pad I have added. So by the look of it, I used the 1.5 millimeter, and I'd say we have to move to 2 millimeters in order to put a little bit more pressure on the heatsink. So we'll make sure to do so. So we're just going to go on disassembling the machine, and now we're going to remove this heatsink, huge heatsink I have to say. So you have 4 screws, which is good, because on the 1GX Pro they went with the 3 screws, and in some instances you can have issues with pressure, like not having enough pressure on the heatsink. Let's take the beast off. Okay. So, looks like I've put a little bit too much thermal paste the last time, so I'm just going to clean that. So here is the Tiger Lake 1165G7. So you can see around it we have some, again, insulated tape that is going to protect all the components. So that means one thing, if we want to go thermal liquid paste, that's gonna go good. So here is the NVMe that we're gonna try to take away now. So I could have done that before. You don't really need to take the heatsink off, so just don't get excited guys, you can just do it without removing the heatsink. So here is the NVMe that I am using, that's a Corsair, and as you can see here at the back there is one chip. So it's not completely double-sided, but this fits perfectly. So I can't just say that all NVMe double-sided will work, but if you have this one, the Corsair, I will give you the reference, be rest assured that it will be compatible with your device. So now that we're here, let's give a closer look at all the components inside the beast. So we're just gonna start with the left side here. Let's zoom in a little bit more. So we have here those 2 rumbles motors that we have on each side. Here we have the speakers. So actually they're quite huge, I have to say. Yeah, but I mean, what do you expect? Here we have these analog shoulder buttons. So yeah, it looks like it's definitely replaceable. You have 2 screws here, you can easily pop it off and just change the ribbon cable. A lot of people were also wondering if we could change the joysticks. And you definitely can change the joystick. You can see here there is one connection for the joysticks with one ribbon cable, so you'd have to remove the PCB of the controllers in order to change this. Anything else that we should be giving a look at? Looks like these are the shortcuts for the sound, so plus, minus, and we have the same on the other side that I'm going to show you in a short moment. So here we have the shortcut for the mute sound. Here is the other rumble engine as well as the left speaker. So yeah, about the same on this side. So that's quite, yeah. Here is the connection for the screen. You can see these 2 connectors. I'm not 100% sure about that. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure though that it is. So yeah, here looks like we have some magnets at the bottom. So let me move a little bit. So we have these two magnets here and some connection right here. I believe that's for the keyboard. Yeah, looks like we've seen pretty much everything. So now comes the reassemble part. So we're just going to apply some thermal paste. So this is the eGPU side, so just a dot will be enough. So I'm just going to put a little dot. Yeah, that should be enough. And here I like to do like a little cross, just to make sure that it's spread evenly across the die. Okay, yeah, that was not my idea of a cross. That looks horrible. Anyway, that should be enough. So we're going to put back the heatsink, but first I want to give a quick look at the heatsinks. So we have these two huge copper pipes right here with a shim on top of it that should apply enough pressure on the CPU die. You can also see the fins. They start here very thin, and on the exhaust side, they thicken it up. So I think that would help with the heat dissipation. Yeah. So you're just gonna want to press it down that way, right where it belongs. Then I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure right in the middle to make sure it's in the right position. Let's move to the reassembly part. I like to do a crisscross pattern, so I'm just going to go one screw here, screw it a little bit, then go with the second one. Just losing the focus here for some reason. Okay, should be better. So we're going to go with the second one at the top left corner, right here. We're going to screw it a bit, just to make sure it sits nicely. And then with the third one at the bottom left corner. And the last one at the top right corner. And then you're gonna want to go, like, let's say half a circle in a cross crease pattern. So, yeah, just come on. Go in. Okay, so we do half. Then we go down half. Then we go here half. And same and so on until all screws are nicely screwed. Okay, so now we're going to put back the NVMe. So as you can see, heatsink is on and there is nothing at all that will stop you from changing the NVMe without replacing the thermal paste. So that's something to note on the side. Looks like this one could be a little bit more in. There you go. Now we're just going to replace the thermal paste that I used before. So I put the 1.5 in the middle and I'm going to go with the 2mm now. And there we go, we have here everything working, the NVMe has been changed, we have also replaced the thermal paste, and the SD card is still detected right here. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment, and then again, thank you for your time.